Okay, here we go.
All right.
Is it this trigger or this one?
This one works. I think they both do the same thing though. So now we're gonna set the microphone right here.
Cooler?
Yes, and we are gonna commentate on the Sunshine Airport. That's the first round of the Cakecore tournament. Whatever this is on, semifinals. Semi? No.
The revival match.
The revival.
This is set up.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, looks like we got
Oh yeah.
James the Douglas as Dry Bones, I believe, and then we got Zenger as
Okay, I'm using
it's me, Ed Mario. Right now, it looks like Dry Bones.
Are you
is
guys
in
flipped?
second. Yeah, I think they're flipped.
Yeah, Yeah.
Ooh, he's got a red
Okay.
shell. That is a
Oh.
lethal weapon, especially this early on in the game. Got the jump just right.
I
Moving
know.
over to Mario. Let's see. He's gonna hit that drift right.
Mario
Right,
got a
right,
pretty
right.
good
Oh,
shift
right.
going.
Is it right to drift?
He's gonna try
Right
again
trigger
with
to
this
drift.
corner maybe.
Okay.
Oh yes, he got the item. Going back to James the Douglas, he got another lethal weapon that we call the red shell. He's picking up as many coins as he can while also throwing Bowser to the ground. Back over to Zenger, he's got himself a nice flower. He's gonna go give it to someone pretty. He's about to hit this drift over here, hit the little pegs that seem to make him go faster. And oh, he fell off the edge. He's back on
Drifted
his
a
feet.
little
though.
too close to the sun. And looks like James missed the airplane, which is pretty good. Have you guys ever been
Oh,
hit by an
no.
airplane? It's not pleasant.
Parachute came out successfully. He's
okay.
he's going low.
What are these controls?
He's a bit of a learning curve and understandable. He's got his fire. He's
James going for the
most
double
likely
drift a
gonna
little
throw
bit
at
there.
someone. Going for the drift again. I think he's getting the hang of the drift. Over to James. He's first place. He's got a banana peel, which he should be holding behind
You
his
should use the
back.
banana. Thank you.
There he goes.
When I crash into the
See,
sea.
he's still a little new to the controls, maybe.
How do you get rid of your power up here? I don't understand.
Life.
Thank you. This whole game we're trying to figure that out.
He's still got the flower, but he seems to be using it now. And boom, he just threw Leroy or
And
something.
he's also got some mushrooms coming up. He's actually not that far
Leroy,
behind
yeah,
James right now.
it's
Right, only
definitely
7
doable.
places.
We'll see. Oh, he's got the one that he should spam if he gets the chance. Just the left button. All right, he's back up in the air. His parachute deployed perfectly. He missed the pegs. Back over to Dry Bones,
Ooh.
as I like to call James the Douglas. Similar in facial features and size. Just kidding. We enter the
steady.
lap 3 out of 3, and he's in second place, which doesn't mean there's no hope for Zenger. He's still got
Several rounds.
several rounds. He's got his chance here. He's got a an item maybe he should be using a bit more liberally.
Not again.
There we go. Oh, that is a bummer. Back over to James Douglas. He's really battling with Bowser.
Bowser does
I
not
think
want to
they
be a
both-
second
oh,
place. Oh, well,
and
okay, there
we
he
go.
goes.
He picks up that lethal red shell again. Makes it out of first just in time for it to slide right past him, even though it's not a blue shell. Looks like Zenger's getting the hang of the drift thing. Coming up behind him, he's got a star he should probably watch out for. That could be devastating at a time right about now. Back over to Dry Bones. He's coming in hot, right towards the finish line. Nothing can stop him, and boom!
Why do I always keep missing that jump?
Pull up.
Pull up what?
Like actually, like oh my god.
Pull up what? I don't understand what
He's got
control
the
I'm supposed to
mushrooms.
hit.
There we go. Well, okay, so he's been struck by lightning, but not struck by failure. He can still do something about this.
What?
You know who did pretty good?
Pull up what?
Iggy did pretty good.
Because I keep
That's
pushing
your
this.
point. If
I
you
think it's
say
the other
close,
way. I
you
think
have
he
to
pulled
jump
down.
down.
When you're in the
like,
air, it's
reversed,
inverted,
I think.
like
Cool, that would have
airplanes.
been nice to know.
Wait, say again. Say again.
When you're in the air, it's inverted, like
Oh, right.
yeah.
So, okay.
Okay.
All right, so we're heading over to race number 2. Let's see. This is what, Banana Cup or something? This one's got the dolphins and the shoals. We call it dolphin shoals. I'm not sure what that word is. It's also got a nice Easter egg from Mario 64 where they have the eel and
That's not a nice Easter egg. That's a scary Easter egg.
Yeah, that's actually
It's a little too
pretty
scary.
horrifying Easter egg.
Bringing back too many child memories. That one.
So let's see if Mario can overcome his fear of the eel, and I think he's got a better idea of how things should work. He was getting the drifting down last round. He was still kind of working out the kinks, but I think he's kind of got the idea of it now.
I think this one's a little bit more
James Douglas is
tame than the other one too.
rapidly increasing his rank, but still
Yeah,
he's
Zenger's
battling
still
with
got
Bowser.
the first spot there.
Oh,
Though. Oh,
James.
and
What?
he was able to make it without falling
That was
down.
a tough time to not make it.
Now Mario
Here we
faces
go.
the eel.
Uh-oh.
It's Mario
Uh-oh.
64
Oh,
all over
oh.
again.
Oh, and he's on the
Oh.
eel. Oh my
You've got to
goodness.
right the eel?
Unbelievable. That is not a maneuver you could do in Mario
In real
64.
life.
And in real life.
Yeah,
Back
unless you
over
try
to,
hard enough.
to me and Mario. Ooh, he just got inked. Ooh, that's gotta suck. That's why you always wear your underwear, folks.
Always buy a diffuser.
Always buy a diffuser. Back over to Dry Bones, who's actually more in my line of sight because of my geographical position.
I'll keep you up and date on what's Mario. He's
All right.
fifth.
He's got a little pounder thing that
Mario's actually
slaps the
gaining a lot of
people
speed.
sitting around him. Let's see, he's shooting through the rings that actually
are
don't
one
seem to
position
have
away right
much of a purpose. They don't seem to speed him up too much. He picked up a banana through
Look,
it.
they're neck to neck.
They're neck to neck. See, I told you this Zendra guy would figure it out. All right, they're bouncing off the.
No,
Oh
yeah,
no!
right.
You know the same thing that got him last round. Unbelievable! Those darn pipes. You know what they say? If it has a pipe,
Then
don't
it's
don't
not
smoke
tight.
it. Back over to Mario. He's he's got it. Oh, he had a good drift going. He could have rode that baby all the way around, but it's lap 2 out of 3. He can correct that mistake next time. He seems to have figured out the parachutes as well. Right now we got first and third.
Yeah, the
Very
positions
close
have
together,
been super
actually.
close this whole
One of those
game.
fireballs could change it. Of course, this is the last
Never
lap.
seen that before.
Anything could happen. They
That's
could
new.
come in first. They could both come in almost last. They can't both be last, but that's the name of Mario Kart. And
Oh dear.
Oh, worst timing for a blue.
he's got that.
Oh my gosh, that
red
one
shell
item
again.
has cut Dry Bones back down to
Here we
6th
go.
place.
Back over to Mario. He is in first place. You know what? Make that second place. He just got bananaed by Peach, maybe. Let me see. Waluigi. I think Waluigi just came in there and took the position. Not to worry. You know what?
Oh my gosh, that shell really saved the Dry
It's gonna
Bones
be
there.
very close. They're right now.
Oh
They're,
no. Drifted off
third
the
and
ground.
fifth.
Too close to
Oh!
the sun.
Like I said, folks, it really is anyone's game.
Zenger's
These,
getting
these
closer
first
to
2
reclaiming
rounds are
that,
just completely different.
Top 3 position.
Look at that. Look at that. It's the last.
Oh,
lap
the
and
boost
it
got a little
could've
crazy
been
there with the
fickle.
boost. Boosted right into the wall.
He's got the boost, but he might not have the moves to properly take advantage of that
5th and 7th.
object.
That's gonna get
Fifth and
Zenger a couple more points in the hood. It's looking like now Dry Bones is still ahead of Zenger, but Zenger's on his way up while Dry Bones on his way down after this round. And on for the next.
I'm gonna say the first Grand Prix is more just them trying to figure out the controls. I think the second and third, best out of 3, is gonna be much more
Hold A.
interesting.
Press A to get to
I'm
the next
fine.
one,
Okay.
and then
Oh,
do next race.
If you don't mind, I can ask maybe a quick question. Have either of you guys played any of the Mario Karts before?
No.
No? How about you, James?
Well, I played all on the Nintendo DS and I was good
We
at it.
played once in our college library.
Well, yeah, that was the one. I played all on the DS back in the day.
Okay. Now, similar at all?
Sort of, yeah.
Okay. All
I
right.
played in the Wii as well, but I was rubbish at that.
Oh,
Ooh, we got a
Mario!
blowout.
That is that's Mario Kart 101. I should have warned you. That's
Okay.
yeah. So like what you want to do is like sometime around maybe the second or third light, you want to start hitting the engine.
This one's gonna be a rough map because this
I'll be sure to
one
remind you next
No.
time.
this one really encourages speed with very precise turning.
It's a beautiful
Oh.
looking piece of
Disco.
Disco, yeah.
Beautiful looking disco.
Beautiful disco. It's got the little running track lines. Really just makes you want to pull out your, I don't know, chemical plant zone level and I don't know.
Oh.
All right, so we got second and third, neck and neck. Oh, now they're intertwining with each other. These guys really this worked out. I think maybe this was a good match because I'm thinking, if anyone else played this against these two, I think we're all big Mario Kart players. I imagine it might not have worked out so well.
That's true. I don't know if another combination would have been as
Well, I know if anyone would have played against Patnap, they probably would have lost. But,
I'm a little bummed that I didn't make it to this round. Not gonna lie, because I played a decent amount of Mario Kart 8, but that's okay.
I tell you guys, I come home 4 a.m. He's playing Mario Kart. I
Not
come
usually.
downstairs to get some water. He's downstairs playing Mario Kart too. He's in two places at the same time playing Mario Kart.
It's a lot of Mario Kart.
It's a
We have
lot of
several Mario Kart stations just set up in our house. You know, you don't have to be upstairs, downstairs, or even like outside. You can just be all three.
The dude walks in front of people and has a shell behind his back, so no one hits him with the blue shell.
That doesn't work though. The only way to stop a blue shell is with the air horn, or
He knows
through
the trivia.
getting out of first place somehow.
Back to the
Oh, what were you
the
saying about
announcements
underwear? Always
are-
change your underwear.
I don't know. Mario's in sixth. He's a blue shell just passed.
Oh, the
So-
blue shell
no.
goes in for
He-
James, and it knocks him off.
Oh, that was a.
Oh, that sets
devastating-
him back
oh, my
so
goodness.
far.
Oh, my
Zendra was actually able
goodness.
to pass him up after that.
Zendra
Oh, and he
passed
didn't
him
build
up.
enough speed.
You know, that's the thing about Mario Kart. You're here in one place, and the next second you're in another.
No, there's always like positions like 3 through 5. I want to say there's such thing as an item storm, where as soon as you like get one item, all of your other peers get items too, and they just all launch them at the same
Run
time.
in one
You just
direction
get hit
before
one
you
after
know it,
another.
you're behind yourself.
Yes, exactly. And Zendra was able to reclaim the first position.
You know that's what's great. It's like there's all these hopeless feelings, but it's like, you know what? Just give me one of those boxes and like one of the red shells, maybe a couple.
Speaking
of
of red
bananas.
shells. James has got 2 red shells on him. He throws the first one, and maybe it gets a hit. It did get a hit. Very cool. James goes in to
excellent
refill
aim,
his second
my friend.
item. Oh, and Zendra gets hit at the worst
That was
time.
A very nice
Down into the
no-scope.
water. And now it's getting a little bit neck to neck as
Fourth
they
and
near
fifth,
the
look at
finish
that.
line on the final lap.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh, both
get
struck by lightning.
I think it hit Mario a lot harder than it hit Dry Bones, so that is very
But
unfortunate.
Drybones
But you know
almost claimed the first position, but dang. The time it took from first position to 5th position was so
Mhm.
small, everybody was literally right next to each
Yeah.
other. Anyone could have taken the W for that.
All right, so the gap is actually getting smaller between them. I'm not sure,
It is
How
still
that
getting
happened.
smaller.
but yeah, it's getting smaller. So if say Mario were to score first and Dry Bones scored
for the
last
next
next
2
round,
rounds. I might pull this around.
it might, it just might happen.
And then you can hold A to go to or press A to go to the next race. This will be the final race of the first Grand Prix, but we will be doing multiple of these.
tell you as a what are we doing?
I don't know.
Your
I don't
throat
know
gets
what
real
we're-
dry back here.
Yeah.
Starting to think I like being the one holding the controller, not the microphone.
What about the foosball rod?
Oh, the foosball ride is pretty fun. Not gonna
Alright, so
lie.
this map is kind of interesting because this is one of the select maps that don't loop. So it's all just one lap. So it doesn't give you a chance to really get to know like the layout of
Yeah,
it.
so if you can think about it this way, there's no verses, no chorus to this map.
Sure. Yeah, but it definitely has its own
I
share
forgot
of
to
trials and
sneak a peek at
tribulations.
Zendra's screen. I'm not sure. Did he get the start with the engine? Did he start it? At the
No
correct
one
time?
blew a gasket.
No
which
one
is
blew a
good.
gasket.
Yeah.
All right, beautiful.
Oh, and James got hit with the red shell, which might bring him a little bit.
If I'm gonna
further
be
behind.
100% honest, this is kind of a secret of mine. I never actually know when to press the button. I just watch Patrick's hands, and when I see him hit the A button, I'm like, oh, time to hit the A button.
And it's a flawed strategy though, because then you're gonna be a little bit behind.
No, I got quick reflexes, man.
I mean, it's not really a secret though. You just hit it like right as like the 2 drops down.
Yeah, but then it's like I'm sitting there like, wait, was it the 2, the 3, the 1? Oh my gosh, oh no! All right, I'm just looking at Patrick's hand.
It looks like James is doing pretty good at 2nd place, but Zendra is only just a couple steps behind him. And this room
Ooh.
specifically is going to be
Oh,
a
no.
big
Wait,
differentiation
Wait,
of
he
rooms.
breaks in the water?
Oh, and he
I
gets
thought
stalled
had
on the
to
rock a
land
little bit.
islands.
And,
No, I'm
but
not
he's able to make it
Too
outside of the
knowledgeable
tunnels.
on the vehicles in this. Would you say there's one vehicle that's maybe gonna give a certain person an edge, maybe?
Okay, so the vehicle Zendra's got going on is really good for long drifts and general turning.
General turning. Okay.
What James kind of's got going on right now is something that's a little bit more speed centric with shorter drifts. So neither one is better than the other. It's just how you use them, basically.
I see.
Typically online, there's a good mix of people who use either or, just because it just
That's a
matches
good
different
sign.
play styles.
That's a good sign right there, actually.
But
It's
yeah,
not like everyone's using the AK-47.
no.
That's great. Alright, so looking at the score, we got Dry
James,
Bones
yeah,
in the
heading to the
third,
final map.
and then we got
Final lap.
Zender. He's he's three ranks behind 5, whatever, but they're not that far in distance. They're just a couple red shells away from each other, to be honest.
That's true. They are getting a little bit closer to the end, though. As soon as this mountain ends, that's where the track ends as well.
You got some moguls. What are they called? No. What are those things called in the snow? Are they moguls?
Moguls?
No,
What are you
no,
talking
no.
about?
The little bumps in the snow.
Those bumps in the snow? I don't know.
I don't know. No, moguls are the thing. I don't know.
James is getting closer to the final stretch here.
Anyways, we got James in
He's
first.
holding that shell behind him.
Mario, he's got the items. He could be zipping ahead. He's already zipping ahead. He's got the boost. He's just running through everyone right now. He might be able to slide into fourth. Oh, maybe. We'll see.
Oh, we got hit in a little bit of a rough patch of snow. But he was still able to secure that position. Well, it seems that James may have won the first Grand Prix, but it's not to worry because there are multiple Grand Prix. And as for the second one, you guys can pick another map or another cup for you guys.
Alright.
I'm pretty sure I'm losing my voice too. 4 a.m. That's starting to dawn on me a little bit, you know.
Yeah, for sure. Is it really 4 a.m.?
It is 4 a.m.
It is 4 a.m., people.
Mm-hmm. But stay tuned because we got a lot more coming, such as Battlefront 2 Galactic Conquest.
Oh, wow. Stay tuned for that. Not. I'm just kidding. No, really do stay tuned for that. Donate your money for the kids. I think that'll be the perfect opportunity for a certain bird that starts with a D to get some sleep.
Yo, it's freezing up here.
I didn't even know you were up here.
What?
I didn't even know you were up here.
Just the top left.
Alright.
I think the track that they're doing now is probably my favorite Grand Prix.
Alright, here they are. This is Welcome to Mario Kart. I'm not sure what this one's called.
This one
But,
is this one's like Mario Raceway, I think.
Well, looking into the crowd, I think there are definitely
Mario
some
Stadium.
happy people to see.
Happy to see Dry Bones and Mario.
Dry Bones and Mario. I mean, I'd be pretty stoked to see Mario. He's a pretty cool guy. Definitely the only plumber that's allowed to touch my toilet, if you know what I
Sindri
mean.
got hit with a couple items there, and James managed to throw a couple items, which secured him the first spot for now.
Is there some PvP going on right now? I
A
didn't know
little
that
bit
was
of
enabled.
PvP here and there.
Okay.
PvP is enabled after the first item storm. And Zendri got hit again from behind, unfortunately, but still not super far from James. James is
Figuring out
grabbing
that
it.
drifting mechanic. Bowser thinks he can just come in here and steal his spot, but I don't think Zender's gonna have it. I think he's gonna use that green shell. Oh, maybe it's gonna bounce back and get him. Oh, not quite. Still, I think Zender's not gonna have it. I think Bowser is gonna be a thing of the past in just a moment, and he's good. Yeah.
James hit a little bit of a bump there with that drift. Oh, and he's got a red shell going towards
I
him.
think this might be second place for James.
I think
Let's see,
Toadette
no.
still has
Let's
just
see.
barely
He's
enough
still
space in
accelerating.
How
between.
is
We'll
it
see.
you're going full drift but don't do a turbo start?
Says chat.
Huh?
Ah, we got
It's rigged, that's why.
we got viewers in the chat. Hello, welcome.
I didn't see any chat message.
It's
Am I on an outdated phone? What? I've been looking. I haven't seen anything.
It is 36 degrees, guys.
Was that on YouTube or Twitch?
Twitch.
What in the world? So with drifting, you have to hold down the button like for the entirety of it. I imagine sometimes it's difficult to drift an entire race because you might like run into the wall, so you have to stop the drift sometimes, and maybe that's why like sudden boosts don't happen. Looks like James managing to keep that first place track though.
I like the societal cues this course carries. It really just brings out the happy and the sad in the
And everything in between.
I'm too tired to think something to say right now.
One thing that is kind of interesting about this stage though is that it really does feel like an introduction to the game because the map is built up of several.
I wanted to say something that sounded like that,
Yeah.
but I couldn't do it.
It's built up of like several segments that not only utilize like different gameplays of Mario Kart, but it also shows like different sceneries too. Like you kind of go through like.
Should use the word contrast. That would have made you sound smarter.
All right, fine. I'll use contrast next time. But it's also a relatively like it's there's not like a ton of different flying objects everywhere. There's not like a bunch of branchy paths. It's one path that goes all the way down, which is kind of cool.
So, very very smart of you.
Thank you.
I'm seeing an issue here. Zender's getting a lot better at the game, but also James Douglas is. So they're not quite evening out right now.
Yeah, we just need James to go backwards.
Yeah, we need you to stay the same so Zender can catch up. But because I think James had that initial edge from the DS one, it's not quite working right now. But you know the game is still young. That was the first race out of the second Grand Prix, so we'll see. Also, if anyone is into English, why is it spelled Grand Prix? Because that's just that's one of those things that's just
that is no good.
It's no good, and I've been trying to figure it out since the moment I popped out of the womb.
Why did you know the word pre before, like, as soon as you popped out? Okay, so this map is one of my favorite maps, and back on the Wii U version, I had a very, very high online score for completing this one. I would do time trials of this one, specifically. And you might think, like, this one's kind of like a pick from a bucket, but you're right. I just happened to be good at it, and I picked it from a bucket, and I was like, I want to just keep doing this one. But this one is one of my favorites. But it's also kind of nice because it's a very pretty one that like deals a lot with like water, and it takes you through some cool sea life and stuff like that.
I think Mario Kart might be the only game where we enjoy the water levels.
Yeah, isn't that interesting how Mario Kart made water fun somehow?
That's crazy.
But the reason it's fun is because they took out pretty much like
the water mechanics.
The water mechanics, yeah.
That's true. Well, if you look, they're not actually using snorkels or anything, so it might not be real water.
Oh no, the blue shell going for James. That makes it very useful for Zender.
I think this might be a chance for Zender to just snag that.
And if not, it still adds a lot more.
We'll see.
More leeway.
See, he doesn't have that great of items. He got the silly banana pills, but we'll see. Those might come in handy. He's got a coin. All right, it's second and first and very intense. And oh my goodness,
oh my
it
gosh,
is first
the
and
boosts
second.
are messed up, James.
Oh my goodness. Oh, that banana.
Zender's going in for the long drift.
He's gonna get the items.
You can hold that drift. You can keep holding it, and then
ooh, he's got that
boom.
shell. I hold it behind your back.
Or he just throws it. Oh, almost hit James.
Ooh. He almost got that 360 no scope with the shell. That's tough. That's tough. That's a tough situation. It's okay.
Oh, the red shell's going for James though. Oh, okay. No, something else must have hit it.
And we're back on the ground.
Oh, dodge that banana peel.
Lap 3.
Zender's holding on to that first place pretty easily.
Oh my goodness, guys. Oh, and
the red shell comes right before the item.
What do you do? What do you do?
Oh, hold on. The controller might have disconnected. No. You guys back in?
Seems to be.
Okay, gotcha.
I think that's a reset
just
to the match, or that's one stock that goes down the drain. I forget what the official tournament rules are.
Official tournament rules are... can I donate to blindfold one of them during the tournament? Yes, but the durations are miniature, less than if you just did it in a regular round. This round is actually coming close to an end though, so I would recommend donating for maybe the final round. But you can still do that now, and we can apply that to the final round. But I don't think there would be enough time for this event particularly.
You could what's it called? Help me out and blindfold whoever Abamine or whoever no spoiler crap. Dang.
The final round, if you could help out. Oh, and Zendra secures his first
and
place.
Oh my goodness.
With James coming in second, right
So,
He
behind.
still
I
had
don't-
more points than me. What?
I don't want to sound rude, but James, what happened? What happened, man?
I hit him with the red shell right at the end.
Oh, they're pretty close in score now. Only a matter of 5 points, which can be easily gotten in like one round.
That could be made up in between rounds, even. Well, no.
Not in between, but after, you know.
Points happen in between the round.
Unless you don't want them to.
There's a famous quote by one of the popular pianists, and he said that music happens in between the notes. And I always thought about how wrong that is and how much that doesn't make sense.
I think this is one of my like least played maps, and it's not because I necessarily dislike it, but every time I see it, I'm always just like, oh, I remember this map. While the other ones, I'm like, yeah, this one.
See, they really did a play on words because it's like a desert, but it's also a dessert. So it's like, hey, let's go play the desert map. You mean the dessert map? No, the desert map. You know?
Who says let's play the desert map?
Hey guys, what map are you playing? So due to some heavy concentration, I couldn't actually answer that question, but
You know what,
I
Dale?
think it was a very creative.
No, I think you're right. I actually never noticed that.
Very creative.
It's a
know.
desert. It's a desert.
Yeah.
I never noticed
So
that.
people just like, oh yeah, let's just do the desert. You know, just kind of
Yeah.
sound like you're saying dessert with
It's
an
kind of
accent, a desert
interesting
with an
to mix
accent.
like something as like frowned upon as a desert with like all these
Right.
yields.
It
Oh,
would be
Blue
like
Shell
if it
coming
was
in for that
a
first place.
swamp that was made out of
James has been
swamps.
hit by a blue shell, I think,
You know?
3 times now.
So people could just be like, "Oh, you're just
When that
saying
really
you're just
narrows
saying
the
swamp,
competition
or you're
again.
saying swamp with a Mike Tyson accent." It's like, "Oh yeah, let's do the swamp."
Wait, how do we get on Mike Tyson? What are you talking about?
Well,
Swamps and thwomps.
yeah, because like
Are you not listening?
No, I was looking at the game.
Well,
That
you're,
bomb.
You're commentating wrong.
yeah, Pat, I might need to replace you with spotters.
Be my guess.
Alright.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a special commentary guest.
Oh,
He's
yeah,
actually
you
the
want to?
substitute. Oh wait, no,
No?
he's
No.
I
Okay.
gotta go the other way around.
He's got to go the other way
okay.
around.
Okay.
Welcome,
He's
he's kind of got the
commentating
energy that
spotters.
we need right now. Patrick's, he's not bringing it to the table.
Sorry.
You're gonna bring
I
a bit.
really
I'm
do
gonna
hate
bring
to
a
see
lot
because,
less.
you know,
Don't
I was
worry.
actually thinking about recruiting him for a 24-hour live stream if he could.
No, I don't think this guy
do
can
the
stay up
part
for
well.
24
I
hours.
don't think he has what it takes. You know, he hasn't. To be honest, he hasn't been doing much around here. He's kind of just been sitting around on his phone playing games with Panda, and
Joe, excuse me.
It's freezing in here, by the way.
you want a blanket? Want a coat?
Well, I mean, yeah. I'd take a blanket.
There's a blanket
I'll get you a blanket.
Hey, so they're playing Mario Kart, right?
They're playing Mario Kart.
Who's on? James is on the right. James is on the right.
Yeah, James is the skeleton
The
guy.
dry bonesy bone.
Dry bones.
Yeah, so this is like the final lap, and James is just kind of. God, the blanket is cold. I am not joking. The blanket is cold.
Well, it is 36 degrees outside, so I would expect the blanket.
Is there like a window open
There's
somewhere?
probably a window.
James's
open.
office.
I'm gonna go keep the bottom of that right now.
James won, by the way, for those of you keeping track at home. And Zenger just passed people into 10th place. And he might go even into 9th. No. But yes. But actually, he's going to stay in 10th.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is almost 4:20 a.m. I remember one of us popped in a joke at 4:20 p.m. I don't even remember. It feels like we were so young. It was simpler times and.
I don't remember the joke either.
Still another race.
Hey, Spawns.
What?
Do you need help for your transition?
Some of it.
Oh my goodness, is that happening soon?
Yeah, that's what's coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a very exciting something coming up in a little bit.
Yeah, in a little bit.
Too bad.
James decides to go for the bold strategy of not getting an item.
It's a risky move, but it pays off sometimes. Actually, no, I don't think it does.
It really kind of doesn't. He
Oh, yeah.
also he kind of just wants to feel the air beneath him. Decides to go for a little dive off the wall. Zenger
Oh, and he got
running
hit by
headfirst
the-
into a thwomp.
Doesn't matter. That's not gonna stop him from staying in first. This guy
This
is
is
an absolute unit.
this guy's a
He
first
doesn't
place
care.
machine.
He doesn't care. He doesn't care. He's like, I'm gonna stay in first no matter what. You know? Not even a blue shell could take him down.
I'm trying to think
he
of a
just
s-
got crunched by a thwomp.
Trying to think
He
of a
didn't
song
care.
reference where they say, "And I don't care."
I don't care.
No.
I love it.
Oh wow, James really did not get screwed over by that bloop. He's just kind of like chilling with half the screen still visible. Meanwhile, the game is so biased against Zenger. Like, there's a reason the game places Zenger at 12th every game, or
Yeah,
like
that's
10th.
true.
There's a reason that
It's straight up racial targeting.
that
if you ask me.
that the game is just placing Zenger in these low places when the race finishes.
That guy somehow didn't get squished. I'm telling you, this guy. Oh, and there's a red shell behind him. How unfair.
Oh, that was very unfortunate.
That's
Ow.
gonna set him back maybe.
This
to
is not
second.
very good
Maybe
timing.
second. You know what? He doesn't care. He's staying in first. He doesn't care what society thinks. He's like, you know what? I don't care.
The game itself hates the fact that
It
Zenger's
really
in
is.
first, but
It's just a model of what everyone wants to be. And
really,
what
this
everyone
is an
should be.
inspiration.
It's just,
Oh my goodness,
But
he gets
see,
some
he
energy.
didn't care. He's gonna stay in first.
And it really is a team effort with him and Lakitu,
I know.
Lakitu. Oh, he's gonna boombox. Get.
But you know what? He
Oh.
let him pass it. He was like, you know what?
Ooh.
He needs his time in the lead. Okay.
I don't know. That seemed a bit more violent
Oh
than.
well, maybe they're having a falling out. I don't know.
You guys okay up there?
Is there some drama? Oh, that was a killer drift, actually.
That was actually a really cool drift, yeah.
Oh, but oh no!
Oh.
No!
Oh, James got blue shelled,
Wait, now, how
and
did
he's
he
in the
get blue
water.
shelled?
But he did.
Xander slid into first, right? As a blue
Yeah,
shell.
Zenger slid into first as James
that was
got
like a strategic move.
James
on them.
got the shell.
Wow, that's crazy.
What's gonna happen now? This is final lap, and they are approaching the end of the final lap. Ooh, Zenger decides to fly a bit early for the wing section.
Ooh, that thwomp really threw off his
Oh,
balance.
James cuts him off in the from
We're
the
not making
inside
the
of the
track.
turn,
Okay.
and it looks like oh
Game's
man,
had enough. It's
James
time to go in last
as
place.
usual just does nothing until the end, and then comes in to win it.
I think it was.
I'm joking, James.
It was Toad's plan. Well,
This was really all just a ploy.
yeah. And it really is sad to see these young athletes just put in that position like that. They don't know. They're being
Yeah.
taken advantage of.
Is that it or what?
Press the A button and we'll find out. Yeah, is that it or like?
Yeah, that's it. That's the best 2
Yay!
out
I
of 3.
lost.
$15 well
Wow,
spent,
I don't
chat.
have to do that anymore.
Which means Daniel, you're gonna have to go
That was
against James
horrible.
in ABBA mining,
That was
or
worse than
in the
Battlefront
next tournament. We don't know what it is.